It's time for another episode of the Film Room, and today we're going to look at Georgia tight end Darnell Washington. Here is a guy that's not only a mountain of a man at 6'7", 264 pounds, but he is a rare athlete for his size, and he captured the attention of a lot of football fans, a lot of NFL draft nicks, and is a guy that's a potential first-round pick. So let's take a look at Darnell Washington today. If you're not familiar with what I do in these film rooms, is I like to take game tape and break it down into clips to kind of showcase the type of player, in this case Darnell Washington is, to kind of see how he fits in the NFL, and then we'll get into where he could go and potentially some team fits. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the tape. Now, as I mentioned in the opening, Darnell Washington is a rarity. A guy at his size moves as well as he do. We see that here. He's lined up, kind of like in an H-back, detached tight end. And at the snap, he's going to cross the formation, showing some quickness to get out into his route. He's able to make a nice easy catch, but this is where we see that athleticism. Sheds this tackle, and as he's going, just leaps the defender like it's a hurdle, like it's nothing. We see it better in this end zone. Look at just the quickness to get out into his route. Uses his size, and then that athleticism. And I think this play kind of encompasses Darnell Washington in all. We see the athleticism. We see his size that can generate the power, and he's just able to make plays out of it. And you just don't see guys at his size making moves like this. Usually guys at his size are lumbering, they're not quick, and they're reduced to kind of just blocking only type plays. Here in this clip, we see that size and that power coming into play. Darnell Washington's lined up here on the right side as the inline tight end. And at the snap of the ball, he's just going to manhandle this defensive end. He's able to engage with him and just drive him. And I know he took him into the pulling lineman, as we see here. But he's able to just basically pick that guy up like he's a child and just start driving him down the line. And it's unfortunate that he got maybe a little too deep in his in moving him, but it just shows that ability that he can nearly manhandle opposing defensive ends. Now, I don't know if he's going to be able to do that in the NFL, but just this power, this tenacity. I mean, after he pushes his guy, he just sticks with him and ends up driving him into the ground on the other side. But it's just that tenacity, that power, that willingness to block, I think is going to suit him very well in the NFL. Another example of Darnell Washington's blocking ability, he's lined up once again, detached back a little bit. And at the snap, he's going to race across the field, or across the formation, and be able to block this defensive end in a one-on-one. The same guy in the clip before that he manhandled in in run blocking, he's cutting across, squaring him up, and holding his ground against him as a pass rusher. And it just shows his ability to be a blocker. I mean, a lot of tight ends, even some of your better pass blocking or pass catching tight ends, have been asked to stay in and block. Rob Gronkowski, one of the best tight ends we've ever seen, was asked to block in pass protection quite a bit. And Darnell Washington here, and in other clips too, just shows that he's got that ability. He's got that willingness to do so. I mean, this looks like he enjoys this. He's getting there, mixing it up with this defensive end, and shutting him down and preventing him from getting to Stetson Bennett. All right, so I've talked about him as a blocker. Let's look at what everyone wants to see is him as a pass catcher. So here he is lined up on the left side, inline tight end. And at the snap of the ball, he's going to run a simple drag route. Watch how easy he just gets into this route, how easy he moves, how easy he makes that catch look. I know it was an easy catch, but at his size, he's just a smooth mover. He's able to make natural hands catch, and it's plays like this, and I think these are kind of routes that you'll see him run a lot in the NFL. Just kind of this drag to an open spot, make a nice easy catch, and get a first down. That's the type of player we're probably getting. Another example is here in the red zone. As you can see from the arrow, he's lined up as the attached inline tight end on the right-hand side. And he's going to run a simple seam route. And he's going to get some initial, not press, but contact. And he's able to just quickly get off of that and get open. And he was in a spot that if they needed to, as we can see here, gets out right. He's in a spot right here where if they wanted to throw this ball, he's got his size and his athletic ability would allow you to kind of throw that ball up there. We'll see it better from this end zone. I mean, the safety's right there. You could put this ball up high into his body, and you'd think he'd be able to go up and get it. Now, like I said, the ball went the other way. And so we also just look at his release. A little swim move to get upfield. I don't like that he got a little pushed off and ran more down the hashes. But like I said, he's able to get off this release contact pretty quickly to be able to get upfield and be in a position to give his quarterback an open receiver in the end zone. All right, and then finally, the last clip I want to show. It's very similar to the one I did a couple plays ago. Simple drag route. Just once again showing his good hands. You know, here's this route is not out. The ball's not out in front of him. Okay, he's not able to run. He's able to and just make that catch out in front of him. The ball is to his body. He sees that. He slows down. He once again doesn't let it come to his body. He catches that with his hands. Then he's able to tuck it and know that, hey, I've got defenders around me. Just get that extra yardage and get that first down or get close to that first down. And it's just, once again, it shows us the type of player that he is going to be. He's going to be a guy that you're going to have in that short to intermediate, mainly finding those open spaces in zones, running to an open spot against a defender, and just making those catches and moving the chains. You know, his ability to adjust here, to make that good hands catch, that really stands out to me. There is so much to like about Darnell Washington as an NFL draft prospect. As I mentioned earlier, his size at 6'7", 264 pounds, matched up with his athleticism. I mean, we saw it from those clips. He is an athlete. He's maybe not an explosive 4'3", 4'4" type of guy, but he's somebody who is able to make athletic moves. I mean, he ran a 4.64 40-yard dash, a 1.57 10-yard split, and a 4.08 short shuttle, that 20-yard shuttle. So he is an athlete. His testing backs it up too. I mean, if you combine those numbers with his size, that showcases the type of athlete he is. Now, that being said, if your team drafts him and you're anticipating him being the next Travis Kelce, you're probably going to be mistaken. And that's not to say that he can't be a good tight end. It's just he's not going to produce. He's not going to be a fantasy tight end. You know, this past year with Georgia, he was one of their better options, and he still only caught 28 balls for 454 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he's not going to fill up the stat sheet, but that's fine. I think the stats don't showcase the type of player he is. I think he's a guy that's going to line up in line. He's going to be a good blocker for your rushing attack. He's going to be a secondary option in the passing game, and maybe the target on some plays. He's going to be able to push the seam at times. He's going to be able to win in those short to intermediate. He's going to do a lot of things to help your team win. And that's the name of the game, is to win. And you need players like Darnell Washington to do those little things to help you win, to be a security blanket over the middle, to set the edge and seal off the edge in the run game. There's a lot that he can do. Now, there has been some talk that he could go in the late first round. I've seen some reports that scouts or executives say a guy his size and his athleticism should be in the first round. They've never seen it before. I'm starting to think he's going to be a second round pick. I think he's going to be a top 50 pick. He's going to go in that top half of the second round. Where he goes, I don't know. I could see a team like Cincinnati still taking him in the first round. They could use another tight end, but I don't know if he fits in their 5 wide empty sets. Tennessee is a team to look at in the second round. They don't have that blocking tight end right now. They have Chigakonkwo, who's a good athletic pass catcher, but they're a run-first team with Derrick Henry, and they could use a blocking tight end. And I think Darnell Washington would be a fit there as well if they went that route. So, like I said, there's a lot to like about him, but you kind of have to know the type of player he is. All right, that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode of the Film Room. Remember, the best way to get these is to subscribe. So hit that subscribe button. Also, click the bell to get all the notifications. While you're out there, follow me on social media, draft_Brian. Wherever you get your social media, I'm there. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.